Hey y'all, it's been a while since I've been here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Quarantine. I'm a digital illustrator based out of New York. I'm really focusing right now on building a story for these characters that I've been working on for the past like 3 years and really finalizing their designs. I haven't posted a video in a while, not because I haven't been drawing. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you probably would have seen at least 2 new posts. I'm trying to get that back up to like 2 posts a month, but New York is hectic. Like, I just moved here from Chicago in August and it is now February, and I just feel like there's so much happening all the time. I'm consistent, but it's hard for me to film like what I'm doing, but I really want to capture this stuff because I think that's how I stay inspired and I want to inspire others. And then ultimately, like, low-key, one of my goals is like pay my studio off with like the money that I earn from content creation, so, and art. Today I actually have to film. I can show you. My phone is like, can you see it? My phone is like hanging over there because I have to film a video for this art collective that I'm in. So I'm in this art collective called Flower Shop Collective. I'm the only digital artist, not collective, but there are other like fine artists and writers and musicians, and it's really cool. It's for people of color, and mostly they're focusing on like first gen like immigrants to America, which is exciting. If you don't know, I'm from Ghana. So woo. I went to Crit Night. So Crit Night at the collective is a moment where you showcase what you've been working on for the month, and then everyone gets feedback on that piece of work that you've been working on. And so I had some character designs for my character Sika, and I wanted to get feedback from the group. So I asked 5 questions on this piece of paper, and no one knows the story that I'm creating. No one knows like what these characters are meant to be. Just based off of the designs of the characters alone, my question for the group was, what does this character mean to you, right? For me, like, it was really important to me that these characters read very clearly, because those are my favorite characters to like see in like stories. What personality do you think this character has? And it could be like a sentence, it could be like words like bubbly, mean, evil, whatever. Is this character a hero or a villain? What social class do you think this character belongs to? So is she rich, is she poor, is she a merchant, is she like, what do you think she is, right? What do you think she wants out of life? Which is harder to do because there were only like 2 poses. And basically I got like a really cool range of feedback. They're actually on my laptop. Let me pull it. Oh, and the last question I asked was, region of the world you think that I'm pulling inspiration from? Those are the questions that I asked, right? And so, what do you think her personality is? These are the words that I got. Thoughtful, confident, powerful, friendly, inquisitive, sassy, spontaneous, mischievous, curious, young, graceful, wise, brave, determined, ambitious, and kind. Some of those really did work for my character, and then other words did not. Like, I got sassy a couple of times, and that was interesting to me because I don't think her character should read as sassy. If anything, she should read as like very kind and cute and good-natured. And sass isn't really a part of her personality. So there's something that I have to adjust with like the facial expressions, the poses, to really understand like why my character is reading as sassy, right? Everyone said that she was a hero, which is good. What societal class do you think she belongs in? Everyone, it was a list of things. Middle class, merchant, rich were 3 things. But I got middle class a lot and also merchant twice, right? Which is interesting because she's meant to read as like she's supposed to be like a princess, like a really royal character. And so there's something that I'm missing in these designs that aren't really clearly communicating that this is a character of wealth. And so I have like gold bangles here and there, but I think I have to up it a little bit to really indicate that this is like a wealthier girl. What kind of skills, or what do you think she might want? Master her skill, freedom, independence, peace, justice, getting to know magic, autonomy, love, power, hope, home, and snacks. Really cute. So I'll talk through this more as we like develop the story on YouTube, I suppose. But from what I understand at this moment, I don't have the plot fully written out, but from what I understand at this moment, my character, Sika, does want independence, peace, love. She wants autonomy, and she does want to master her skill. But the most important things to her are her family, her people, and nature. Those are the 3 things that are really important to her. There's a whole thing that I have with an arranged marriage, and like, we'll talk through that, I guess, eventually as like the story like develops and we like work on it together. And then what region of the world am I pulling inspiration from? I got Southwest Asian, North African, South American, Middle Eastern, Indian, Middle East, Arabia, India, Cambodia. Like, I don't really know where I want the story to take place, right? I think that I want the story to feel very green and luscious, right? But at the same time, I'm also trying to put it in North Africa, which maybe I have to find like images of like what North Africa looks like, because North Africa is very like vast. But in my mind, when I think of like Egypt, Morocco, Algeria, it's very sandy and deserty. So I have to look at better references, because all the images that I've pulled so far for the landscape of where she's from is very green. Yeah, everything is really green, but in my mind, her story takes place in like a Northern African environment. But I don't know if that makes a lot of sense, so we'll work on that. I think I'll sketch on some ideas today, like on this desk right here in my sketchbook, and then I'll come back and like talk through what I'm thinking. These are all just sketches from Pinterest. They're super quick. It's already 4 o'clock and I have like an hour left in the studio before I have to go hang out with my friends, which is like ridiculous. I just got here. But basically I'm thinking like either we add some flowers to our hair or we add some like pattern to the skirt. I think the pattern to the skirt is probably the most sensible thing to do versus the flowers. Although I think like flowering the hair could add some like additional garnish to the character to make her feel more like she spent some time in the morning looking pretty, which might indicate wealth, you know? But I do think adding some like embroidery to the skirt might be useful, super useful. And it's funny, I actually did an illustration of the dad, if you can see up here. Oh my God. I did an illustration of the dad. Out an image so you can see it better. There's like some glare coming from the window. But you see the embroidery coming down his like jacket suit thing. Like I think that's the kind of flashiness I want to go for, like in the character's design. So these are really, really loose sketches of what that could look like. And then I did see another outfit on Pinterest that I liked where it's like a high neck shirt, but still cropped with the belly and then like additional sleeves. And that could be really cool, right? If that high neck sleeve crop shirt has like some kind of like floral pattern on it, like that could be really cute. And I still have that like blue bandeau like over the breast. I think that could be a really, really cute look. And then we have like the same bottom part here. So like I kind of like this look a lot, but I know that Maroa, as she stands right now, has a very similar design. I think I like turtlenecks in general. But these are like the ideas that I'm kind of like ideating upon. I mentioned this, that I do have to like leave the studio in like an hour, which is so, again, I should have got here earlier and I was just kind of like fumbling around at home applying for jobs. Yeah. Oh, this boba that I got is so good. It's like a pineapple soda with boba. It's so solid. Like I really like it. Anyway, yeah, that's gonna be the idea. I watched Gretlewski's like sketch video or a sketchbook tour yesterday, and I'm so inspired by like the effort that she puts into her sketchbooks. I put no effort in mine at all. Like they're not aesthetic whatsoever. But I do want to be that girl. Like I want to add a bit more, I don't know, pizzazz. It's crazy. Like I'm watching this video back as I'm editing it. It's now June and I have decided that I really want to focus on art this summer and just get back to a place where I'm really enjoying it. I have the studio still. I still kind of noodle and sketch, but I never finish anything to the point that I think it should be shared. I mean, I do, but then I don't. And these feelings that I'm experiencing back in February are still very true today, which is what's encouraging me to do this like summer of art and just explore and have fun and like get in my sketchbook and make it dirty. Like it still looks almost exactly the same as it did in February, which is like crazy to me. So I don't know, it was like very humbling to hear myself talk about the same things that I'm feeling today. And I'm hoping that this summer will be a really, really good one. I might insert a clip if I have any clips, but I went to play Mahjong with my roommate and it was so fun. It actually isn't as hard as you think it is. I mean, it's relatively hard, but like it's easier to pick up on. And we were sitting at a table with like all newbies who've never played before, and our instructor was so good. And now I have like this Mahjong like kick. Like I want to play again and like use my brain and be so strategic. Like, it was so fun. But today, it's a pretty full day. So I mentor this guy out in LA. It's my friend's boyfriend, and he really wants to get into comic book creation and like telling his own story via characters, but he's never drawn a day in his life. So I am trying to teach him how to draw, essentially. So we meet in about an hour. And I watched Gretlusky's, I think I mentioned this yesterday, I watched her studio tour or her sketchbook tour video, and I was so inspired by that. And like Gretlusky is one of those illustrators that I first came across in 2020. That I was just so enamored by. Like, I love her usage of colors and the magical girls, and just like, she's so fun. And although like I think my story, I want to take it in like a different direction, I like the type of like creativity and just like fun that she brings to her sketchbooks. And I've been feeling like my sketchbooks have been very flat recently. They've mostly been exclusively like figure drawing, and that's about it. Like, I don't use my sketchbook for anything else. And so I brought some stuff. I have all of these like supplies that I got in 2020, 2021 that I could use, and like, it's crazy. Like, I have so much stuff. I brought them to the studio so I could start using them again. And I'm thinking before I get into digital illustrations for about like 30 minutes to 45 minutes, I'm going to draw in my sketchbook. So I brought a tone set from my apartment. I got this from Amazon like years ago. And it just creates those really cool like tones that you see in like classic mangas, and you use like an X-Acto knife and you cut it out. I got this inspiration, oh my god, didn't know it was open. I got this inspiration from Gretlusky like years ago, and she had like a spread where she did use this in her sketchbook. I have this like massive set of like colored pencils. I don't know what brand these are. What is this? Oh my god. This is a massive set of Prisma color pencils that I have just sitting in my apartment collecting dust. Copic markers. I have like a set of, I don't even know how many are in here, but I have a whole set of Copic markers that were sitting in my apartment. Truly, like, these are so dusty. I haven't used these in like 3 years. And so I'm bringing those into the studio as well. And then I have these, I don't even know where, like whose sketchbook I saw that used these like watercolor, real brush, Kuretake brushes. Like, I don't know where or who talked about these, but I remember seeing them in someone's sketchbook and I was like, I have to get them. And then now I have them, and like, I swear I never used them. So that's also a part of the collection that's been brought into the studio. I have like a white jelly pen. I have like a Japanese ink brush that is unopened that I think would be useful. I have a gold like premium like marker that I think will be super helpful because a lot of my characters wear gold, and so I have that. Also not opened, but I have one. I brought some other stuff for inspiration. So I really love TB Choi, and I used to like study this, like it's like a how to draw a character book, and I used to study this all the time, and I haven't really opened it in ages, right? And so I kind of want to use this again as like part of my studying material as I'm like working in my sketchbook and like learning how to draw different figure types. I think the cool thing that TB Joy does really good is that she's really excellent at like drawing different ethnicities and like body like types, but then also like maintaining her style. And that's something that I am trying to do and improve upon as I am building my characters in my story. Do you guys remember Nima when Ross Draws used to, who the fuck is texting me? Remember Nima that Ross Draws used to talk about this character a lot during the pandemic? I bought his art book and he even signed it for me at, where was that? Anyway, at Lightbox. This to me is like, oh, like if I can get to this level, even without the webtoon, right? Like if I don't ever get to the webtoon, fine. Okay, like that's, holy shit, sorry. My main goal for my stories is to create a webtoon, a webcomic. That's the whole point of this of this YouTube. The idea is to do that, right? But I think this is a really good like beginner step, is to have enough concept art and character designs and character sheets that I'm able to fill an entire book. And it would be the greatest honor of my life if I could get like a hard copy book like this. I don't know whatever happened with Nima. I don't know the story as to why he stopped working on it. It's his prerogative, like it's his life, like, but he put in a lot of work, right? And maybe for him this was enough. If I can get it to a point where I can create a book like this and that's about it, I think I'd be okay with that. I mean, ideally it'd become like a webtoon and then maybe potentially like an anime, etc. But if it just becomes this, I think I'm okay. All right, Jerry sent me this print from the UK. Hey Jerry, if you're watching. and I've never had a frame for it. I have a couple pieces of Jerry's like hanging up in my bedroom, but like I'm also trying to be like a grown-up and not have like a bunch of different like illustrations just like hanging all over my room. And so I think a really cool place for this to exist would be the studio. There's this white wall right here with nothing. My tablet's right here, right? And so I'm thinking I could put some prints here of like my favorite artists and inspiration and just kind of populate the space here. I don't think the other artists will mind at all because again, like they've done all of this behind me. Alley Katz gave this to me at C2E2 in Chicago, and I fucking love her work. Like she's also one of my biggest inspirations right now. Her and Gatleski are like, I love the way that they make their characters feel so fun and colorful and just girly and just, I don't know, I love it. And that's about it. So I'm gonna try and draw something in the next like 30 minutes because I have my mentor session at 2 and that runs from 2 to 3. And then like I have 2 hours in the studio to draw. Again, like it's so crazy how quickly time flies. Like I have all these things that I want to do and like create, and there's like no time to do anything. So excuse the lighting, it's like super bright in here, which isn't like ideal for filming, I guess. I used my, I don't know what this is. Probably was like a Prisma color pencil. And like Lucy just sketched like a motion pose. I think her hips here are kind of fucked up. I was using this as a reference. If you can see that there. I get to finish. All I got, I mean, it's not great at all by any means, but I had fun. That's all that matters. I got the line art kind of loosely in. And it'll be fun to like color it and like render and kind of fix my mistakes with marker, but I literally have to go tutor someone right now, so I don't have time to do that.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. Wait, I gotta say, I saw your work on Instagram and the improvement. Oh my god, wait, I was like so happy for you. So do you think that you still need this visual guide before you draw? Or do you think your brain is doing the thing where it's like it can kind of see what an 8-head body looks like on a piece of paper? So I finished an hour worth of mentoring today, which was fun. I would love to do more of that. I was thinking maybe opening a Patreon tier up where like I can mentor people, but I feel like I'm learning a lot just through mentoring this individual. I know some other people do that on Patreon, and so I'm curious to see if that's something that I could do as well, but whatever. Hopefully, like, y'all can see like how hectic this all is. Obviously, if I was a full-time illustrator, like this would be a lot easier, I think. I appreciate you guys watching this. Consider following me on Instagram if you don't already. And send me a follow on Patreon too. On one of these platforms I'll appear again. It's hard for me to be consistent on all 18 platforms, but I show up somewhere. So hopefully it's somewhere where you're following me. But I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.